seeing is not believing anymore.
Into a world where moving images are manipulated in ways that make them indistinguishable from reality. This is our new world. It is the world of high-quality deepfake. This is happening quicker than any of us could have imagined. On what's happening with deepfakes, how they're revolutionizing entertainment,
it's all my fault.
and creating new challenges and fears for the people who make our laws and the people who enforce those laws. Ultimately, I want to show you how much of a threat deepfakes actually pose and answer the biggest question of all: what is even real? In 2014, with the invention of a new type of AI, everything started to change. We now have the ability to make people look like other people. Like, I could be Johnny, or I could be Nick the studio manager. Look, I'm Nick the studio manager right now. I could also be Tom the music composer. Let me explain how on earth we did this. We can do all of this because of this clever computing process. It's called generative adversarial networks, or GANs. This is where two AIs work in tandem to get the best fake image possible. So you have these two AIs. One of them is a forger, and the other is a detective. The forger creates an image based on what you ask it to make, and then it shows that image to the other AI, the detective. The detective goes over the image and points out all of the reasons it's fake. It knows what to look for because it's been trained on hundreds, sometimes thousands of images of exactly what the finished products are supposed to look like. And it goes away and it makes another image, fixing the pixels that the detective AI pointed out. Then it shows it to the detective. The detective AI once again points out all of the weaknesses in the fake image, and the forger goes back and makes a new one, and over and over and over again. It basically goes through this creation and improvement cycle over and over until you get the best deepfake. Deepfaking has already started to shape the entertainment industry. Filmmakers are using deepfake technology to translate films into other languages. They can de-age celebrity. It's getting to the point where deepfakes are nearly impossible to decipher as computer generated, which is super exciting, but also kind of scary. Experts estimate that as much as 90% of online content may be synthetically generated by 2026, meaning AI will be making most of the stuff that we watch on the internet. Their big fear in all of this is that deepfakes will, quote, lead to a situation where citizens no longer have a shared reality, causing what they call
an information apocalypse.
Look no further than Ukraine. This is not Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. This is a deepfaked video that appeared on a Russian-language Ukrainian news site. This video pops up of Vladimir Zelensky urging his troops to surrender to Russian forces. Wasn't super pulled off. But guess what? It doesn't matter. Because what this video did do is it made people question every other video coming out of Ukraine. And this is what Congress meant when they were freaking out in 2018 about the idea of deepfakes blurring the line between fact and fiction, undermining trust in recorded images and videos as objective depictions of reality. And this is actually, so far in my reporting on this, the biggest takeaway. I don't know if we realize what a big shift this is. As deepfake technology gets better, yes, it allows people to create compelling fake evidence, and that is worrisome, but it also allows people to dismiss real evidence, real footage, as, oh, that's just a deep fake. We can do that now. We can't trust any good old-fashioned cybercrime. The main victims of this new technology, at least at the moment, are women.
These sexually suggestive ads are popping up online. Sexual misuse of these deepfakes.
She's been deepfaked.
That's not me.
By one estimate, 96% of deepfake production is used to produce porn, almost all of which are using women who have not consented to this. The faces of celebrities, because they're the ones who have all this high-quality data out in the world that you can train a model on. But no longer. The tech has developed such that an ordinary person with a few images on social media could suddenly have their faces deepfaked onto the body of a porn star. Okay, but what's being done about this? What can be done? Let's first remember that when a new technology comes along, it typically evolves rapidly. We're in the kind of Wild West phase, where the lawmakers are kind of just trying to get their head around this. China is actually the first country to have regulated what they call deep synthesis technologies by requiring all deepfake content to be clearly marked as having been modified. Luckily, a surveillance state is a lot easier to regulate this kind of stuff. Like China, the EU is trying to make it so that you have to label deepfakes. But of course, in a Western democracy, you have to put this line, unless necessary for the exercise of a fundamental right or freedom, or for reasons of public interest. The UK is also trying to figure this out. They are targeting the porn situation, the one that is the vast majority of the uses of deepfakes. Doing deepfake porn without consent comes with a penalty of prison, though it's super hard to enforce this stuff. That's what's so tricky. But here on YouTube, they say that they will pull down any video that, quote, includes deceptive uses of manipulated media, i.e. deepfakes, which may pose serious risk of harm. One promising solution here would be to fight software with software. If we could train software to detect the quirks of deep fakes, like the unnatural blinking or some of the other weird subtle things that the human eye can't pick up on, we would have a strong way of verifying what is real footage and what is distorted. So deepfakes are here, and they're seemingly here to stay. We are entering a new chapter of how humans consume and relate to information. It's a chapter as significant in my mind as some of the other big chapters. We're gonna have to navigate this chapter carefully. We're gonna have to push even harder to know where our images came from, who made them, and for what purpose. and we're going to have to resist the urge to believe everything we see, no matter how real it looks.